Now ain't that there purty pepper? Look at that, guys. Uncle Bull Cow back in the freaking building, of course. Guys, look at this. This is, look at this. Whoa. A little bit of stripey going on that side too. See the stripe down the middle? I know, my phone's not the best. And then there's a big old stripe right there. This is a Pepapeach Stripey, which is a cross between a Peppadew and a Sugar Rush Stripey. So I don't know who made this cross. I may have heard it or stumbled across it at some point and I just forgot. But we're going to cut her open and see what she looked like on the inside. Let's check the innard skinnard. Very thick-walled. There you go. Oh, it has a smell of a sweet pepper. It has a sweet smell to it. All right, Pepapeach Stripey. Super crunchy, super juicy, thick walls. Look at the thickness. Sweet. A little bit fruity. Simply amazing. Simply amazing pepper. Wow. Now, by the way, it's from Clayton, Hollingsworth. Thank you, Clayton. There's heat in it. I'm getting the heat now. I was getting the heat halfway through chewing it. Yeah. Peppadews are very, very mild. Sugar Rush, peachy, stripey peach, whatever. They're they have heat to them. They're not mild by any means. They're milder if you're a chili head that eats super hots. But a non-chili head, I mean, they'd be pretty lit up off of this. You know, I don't know. It's maybe it's around jalapeno heat. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had some scorching jalapenos. I'm not saying it's hotter than a scorching jalapeno. But basic store-bought jalapeno, this is probably similar to it. Maybe a little milder. But it does have heat to it. It's such a beautiful pepper. Wow. First time I ever had Peppadew peppers, they were not fresh. They were actually canned. I worked at a restaurant that they used Peppadews for their pimento cheese. And let me tell you something. It was the best pimento cheese I've ever had. That was a recipe from a Southerner from here, a chef, Vernon Alexander. He's awesome. Very difficult guy to work with, I'll say that. I can tell you some stories, trust me. It's funny. I'll tell it anyway because, you know, one time I was working 2 jobs. So I was working at Ethos as a Southern Bistro. I was a sous chef there. Vernon was the executive. And he really got on my nerves. And it wasn't just me. He's like that with everybody. Very hard. There's a lot of chefs that are hard to work with. And I was sick. I had a bad virus or something, but it ended up sending me to the hospital actually later that night. But anyways, I was sick and I just left my day job, worked at a college. And I get in there and I just knew, and by the way, I wasn't scheduled to work, okay? And at this point, I wasn't full-time at Ethos anymore. I was part-time. It was just an extra job. Nowadays in America, yeah, a lot of times you gotta have 2 jobs. You got a little side hustle, side gig. But I remember I just knew, like, I knew one thing: I could not handle him in the state that I was in. And I remember I walked in and I looked at him, and before he could say one word, I said, "Don't say nothing to me tonight. Not a single word, okay?" I said, "If you say one word to me," I said, "I'm gonna leave and simply go home." I said, "That's it. Don't talk." And I went and worked, and he actually, like, I don't know, man. He literally went to his car, got his gun, and was standing over in the back of the restaurant like this, looking. And I wasn't going to do anything to him, but I just think that he realized that I was not feeling good, and I was not going to put up with any nonsense. So, funny story. The guy and me, we're cool and everything, but yeah, he just thought, oh, man, he's like, man, he's probably thinking I ain't never seen him that mad. But I was just trying to stop the inevitable. And matter of fact, I actually went to the hospital in the middle of the night. They admitted me. I ended up staying there until Sunday, like right around noon. They discharged me, and I drove right back to Ethos and worked a shift. They had like a fashion show, and yeah, I didn't miss a beat, man. I didn't miss any pay. I had the weekend off from the college. So just a little story. I don't know how I got down that rabbit hole. Probably talking about the other pepper dude. That's right. Excellent pepper. That thing is amazing right there. Now I know why a lot of people are growing that this year. And I know why, man. That thing, cut that up and put it on a salad, a sandwich. That would be the star of the show, okay? That would be the star of the sandwich, of the salad, or whatever you're eating. It's got a nice sweetness to it, but it's not a red pod. It's got that peach and red stripe thing going on, so it has almost citrusy, fruity notes, but not really. I don't know how to explain it. Anybody that's had some of these pods like this, you can kind of know. I think it's a better pepper than a Sugar Rush Stripey, honestly, in my opinion. That was just great. The heat's going away, but I still got a little burn in the throat. Very enjoyable burn. So I think somebody that's wants to be a chili head, you have a really low tolerance, but you want something that tastes good, but it'll give you a little burn. This is a good place to start. Wow, I'm impressed. That is great. So thank you guys for watching, and remember, always and forever, Uncle Bull Cow frickin' loves you. What?